Glad to get out of here with a win. I thought that team really played hard, played spirited, and um, it was a heck of a ball game.
What was the thought process? Obviously, Matt kicked that long field goal last week. I'm assuming that was kind of the same deal at the end of this first half.
That was, yeah. I mean, he has plenty of leg, and unfortunately, it didn't work out this time. But we trust Matt, and we're going to give him opportunities.
Can you talk about what leaders spoke up at halftime and after the pick six and what they said was on the defensive side?
Everybody. We got a great group of vets. There was no panic. That's about as big a moment of adversity as you can face in an NFL football game, to have something like that happen right before the half. And guys didn't blink. Even when we went down 2 scores, guys didn't blink. So I was really proud of that effort.
Cliff, you've been sort of in Urban's position, first-time NFL coach, #1 pick. From your experience, what's the timetable for a rebuild, and what advice would you give him?
I mean, I would never try to give Urban Meyer advice, first off. I mean, he's one of the great college coaches of all time, and you can tell they're on the right track. They're playing at a high level. The quarterback is incredibly talented, very special, unique ability, and I see them progressing really quickly throughout the season.
But, I mean, how long, from your experience, does it take to sort of switch your mindset from college to the NFL, learn the intricacies?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's you just got to grind at it every day. I'm still learning. We still had a bunch of bad play calls out there, mistakes logistically that I made, and you just try to learn each day.
How important is it to have guys like JJ or AJ who can calm everybody down? We've seen a lot.
That's big. I mean, those guys, Chandler, JJ, Rodney Hudson, all those guys have played so much football that they don't blink in adverse situations. And we have some young, really ascending players that I think they've been a great influence on them.
How would you describe your offensive performance today? You still get 30 points, 400 yards, but moved it at times.
Yeah, disjointed. Our third down plan wasn't very good. I think we started 0-6, had a couple of 3rd and 1s there early that I'd like to have back. And then get the one where we thought we had a big play and it gets called back, and now you're in 3rd and 20 on the offensive PI. So I just thought it was disjointed. We got to be better on 3rd down.
Did that help keep you calm? You were right there on almost all of those. Okay, this is eventually going to break through?
I just know the type of weapons we have, so I knew we would be fine if we could just settle in and do what we do.
Byron was banged up during the week, and now he comes in and has a couple of picks. I mean, how big of a play was that interception, just in terms of mentally getting you guys over the hump to finally get you a lead?
That was huge. You could feel the momentum change on that play. We had our hands on balls earlier and weren't able to put them away, and that really changed everything. And I think everybody felt like we had it in control after that moment.
It looks like you lost Justin Field on that. You turned Field well with the back, and Murray was out too.
He was.
Back, and obviously, you guys cut Ryan Winters. Can you first of all explain why that decision was made, and how thin are you with guard right now?
Yeah, the Brian Winters situation is just one of those deals that didn't work out. And I thought Sean Harlow and Max Garcia stepped in and played at a really high level in the second half. I mean, we got it rolling offensively, and they're a big part of it.
Was it a tough decision to kick the 68-yarder? I know you said last week that he made the 62-yarder and could have been good from 70.
No, I mean, like I said, we're going to be aggressive, and he felt good about it in pregame, and it's just unfortunate that it worked out the way it did. But you got to give them credit; that was a tremendous run and tremendous play, and we had our shot to get him down, and we didn't do it.
Does your mind go back to Auburn, Alabama, or anything like that?
No, that was a different situation. End of the game, huge game. All those postseason implications. So this was just in the half. We faced some adversity and made it work.
How much did he think that was his range today, despite being outdoors?
Yeah. The ball carries in that stadium. Talking to him and Coach Rogers, and so he felt confident if we get to the 50, we can give it a shot.
Your run game did well, and obviously closed up the second half. Touchdowns because of it. How important is that going to be moving forward?
We've got to continue to be consistent. Our record is really good, and we run it 25-plus times and are effective. So we just got to try and get that number and keep spreading the touches around.
Adding over the last couple of years, just adding the different offensive weapons, how much does that help? Like the first touchdown where Kyler's on a naked boot, just knowing that there's that many other options to do this deal with.
It's huge, and Steve Kimes done a tremendous job of building this around him. Progressing each year so far, and when you have you add guys like AJ Green and DeAndre Hopkins and Rodney Hudson, that definitely makes my job easier calling plays.
Cliff, I think you guys know you can take it probably to another level with how you played last week and how you played the first 3 quarters. What is it going to take to get there, and what do you think? What kind of team do you think you'll have?
Yeah, we got to improve quickly because next week we start division play the LA Rams, who are as good as anybody in the league, and they got it rolling. So we know we got to take a big step. We can't have the same type of costly mistakes we had today, and hopefully we'll have a good week of practice and see where it goes.
Tyler, what were you thinking when they returned that missed field goal, 109 yards for a TD?
Why we kick it? I'm sure everybody was a little flustered, but you know, as part of the game, you know, I'm glad we fought through adversity today. You know, I'm frustrated, but you know, as a team, you know, I've been here, you know, 2-3 years now, and you know, last 2 years we would have lost that game for sure. And you know, to see us fight through that and come on the road, obviously. Any given Sunday, you know, not looking at anybody's record, you can be beat any given Sunday by anybody. So, you know, it's good to get a win any way you can, and that's what we came out here and did, and that's what, you know, that was the goal, coming on the road, getting a win, and that's what, you know, we're leaving with. So.
With that in mind, you've been in Trevor's position before.
Yeah.
Especially with a new NFL coach lining the ropes together.
Yeah.
What advice would you give him? What does that timetable look like?
It is tough. It's tough. You know, you're every Sunday you're just showing up, finding a way. Trying to find your way, you know, in the offense's way, you know, you're working each and every week, trying to figure it out. And you know, I know where he's at right now. You know, it's tough. You're throwing interceptions that you probably shouldn't throw or wouldn't throw when you're comfortable and you've seen what you've seen. But I mean, he hasn't got a lot of reps yet, so you know, he'll be fine. Just like any other young guys, you know, everybody wants us to talk about him and gas him up, but it's tough. You know, it takes a while, you know, some longer than others, but he'll be fine.
It seemed like a lot of the day, Kyler, like everything clicked, and then there were other times when it just went away. Did you kind of feel that same way?
To be honest, early the first half, I mean, we were just hurting ourselves, you know, penalties, not converting on third downs, but other than that, felt like we were efficient on where we were going with the ball, you know, the plays that we were making, but we were just, you know, kind of shooting ourselves in the foot and not finishing them. You know, that first drive felt really easy, felt fluid, and then, you know, after that it was just like we were, you know, couldn't get over the hump. And then to top it off at the end of the half, we give up 14 or 13 or whatever it was, but, you know, we came out of halftime, I threw the interception, and we come back and, you know, we find a way. So, you know, defense stepped up, offense, we stepped up when it needed to. So.
What's different? You said last 2 years you guys would have lost.
Yeah, for sure.
What's different?
Man, just I think the the mental capacity of this team, the maturity of this team. You know, we've been there. A lot of our young guys have stepped up. A lot of our young guys have, you know, played a lot of reps. So, and me as well. You know, not getting flustered. Coach Kingsbury not getting flustered. You know, us just sticking to it, and you know, seeing it through to the end. And I think, you know, we knew we would catch a break here soon, and you know, it hit, and we, you know, kept rolling. So.
DJ was saying it wasn't just the older guys who helped calm everybody down in the locker room. That it was, you know, guys like Buddha who aren't older but kind of just get it. Is that, you know, you and him and the guys who've been together for a while kind of developing into that, where that can happen and you can say, okay.
Honestly, I think, you know, it's to the point where nothing really has to be said, because that's how, you know, that's how confident this group is. That's how mature that, you know, the growth is there. You know, everybody understands it. You know, but no, I'm proud of the guys the way we fought today. It was ugly, but you know, we got it.
Kyler, on that same note, how excited are you to know that you guys are maturing and have so much more potential to reach?
It's good to see. You know, it's really good to see, because this league is not easy to win each and every week, and you know, we're 3-0. Goal is to go 1-0 each week. So coming on the road, getting a win, you know, after, you know, some plays that you haven't seen in a long time happen to you, that's everybody's on the sideline shocked, and then you know, we get the ball back at half and I throw a pick, and then, you know, it looked ugly for a second, but like I said, we fought through it and we got the win.
How'd the running game look to you, and specifically James?
I like the running game. You know, I love what we did on the ground. Like I said, I just felt like there was just little things here and there, though, that we could have done better throughout the whole game. Starting with the penalties, and then, you know, finishing on third downs, converting on third downs. But that's the league, though. It's going to happen sometimes.
How does a win like this and the adversity you guys faced today, you know, how does that push you guys forward and maintain your focus?
I mean, it's over now. You know, we got to play a good Rams team next week. You know, we look forward to that. So.
Congratulations, man. Talk about your pick 6.
Thank you. I had to make up for those 2 plays. I could have had the first week. That was just my biggest thing going to each game, make up for those plays. But Coach gave us a call, played my role in the call, and the ball came to me. So it's just a blessing I was able to make that play for the team.
It seemed like the ball was taking forever. I mean, he threw it off his back foot. You were able to break on it, but I'm sure there was a part of you thinking, oh, God.
It was another flea flicker. So I was like, I can't give up another one. So when I saw the running back have the ball, I was coming up. And then once he threw it back to the quarterback, I just said sprint, turn around and sprint. And then I saw a guy kind of wheel it to the sideline, and I just went straight to him. And the ball was in the air for, like you said, the ball was in the air for a little bit, so it gave me time to get there, and I made the play.
Do you feel like when something weird happens, like a 109-yard missed field goal return for a touchdown, those things tend to balance out?
I would say they kind of balance out, but that's like a big momentum, big energy for them. So that's the type of things we can't let happen as a team. That's just like us coming out of the halftime, getting the ball, and, they make a play or something like that. That just counts as us as a whole team. We just got to make sure we all stay focused. And when those plays like that happen, to get back in the game and then make something else happen.
How did you guys settle yourselves in the locker room after that?
The biggest thing is players, our leaders on the defensive side, offensive side, just came, talked to us, huddled up as an offense. They huddled up and just kind of talked about the game plan, talked about where we're getting out there, and then obviously, the hype has to come. Someone has to speak up because we know what we can do, and we got to go out there and show everyone.
Speaking of big energy and big plays, it felt like that was your play. I mean, obviously, the offense had gone down and scored that touchdown, but it kind of seemed like you guys were able to maybe breathe a little sigh of relief after your play, okay, we've weathered this storm.
Once, that's always my goal, to make a play for the defense. I'm trying to go out there and dance and have fun. So once I, was able to go out there and make a play, just kind of felt the guys, the energy keep coming. So I was just, like I said, thankful I was able to do that.
Any desire to do any yoga in the inside?
Oh yeah, it's coming. I got some stuff coming.
What was Trevor doing on those 2 touchdown drives that worked that y'all were able to sort of come back and assess and fix?
I would say first for us as a defense is the run game. That's the thing we always say, we got to stop first. And then once, Trevor was getting out the pocket, kind of scrambling, getting kind of better looks, I would say, that's when, we had to tighten up and make sure everybody was doing their assignment so that way we can play together as a team.
After the pick six, what did the leaders say to you guys to help pick you up?
The biggest thing was just keep going. That's our standard. We think, obviously we think we're the best, so that's the standard we got to hold all of each other to. And as, having those leaders are just going to come and make sure, the energy's right and everything like that, and making sure everyone's still in their game.
Was there anyone in particular?
Buddha came straight up to me. That's always, that's my big brother. So every time he comes up, I know it's something good, hopefully.
Has it been like that
Since college. Since college, my first day, I would say, just like in high school, Kirk was like my big brother and my wing. I would say Buddha was my wing because he was just like the leader of the defense at UW. Came in, redshirted, and I was just trying to learn from him as well. Kevin, all those guys that went to UW.
How weird is that your two favorite teammates are here?
Exactly. So coming in, I didn't feel, I was a rookie, but I didn't feel like I didn't know anyone. I had guys that was already there that I, had experience with, played with. So it kind of felt more comfortable for me coming into the locker room, having guys I already knew.
Do you recall the last time you had 2 interceptions in a game?
I would say the last was my Pac-12 championship game versus Utah. Had a pick 6 and a pick, just like today.
You guys seem to do kind of the same thing today. I know you guys weren't playing the way you wanted for parts of the game, but you showed up when it counted. I guess that's what means most.
Oh yeah, we didn't start how we wanted to. It's one thing, but these Sundays, man, it's like a roller coaster ride. Everything's not going to be perfect. We're on a 2-day trip. We didn't start the way we needed to, but it shows what we made of as a team. Nobody quit. We kept fighting and finally got a breakthrough. Defense played great, had a pick 6, and then we just fed off their energy.
You were mentioned earlier in the week about getting in the flow of the offense. I guess 100 yards kind of shows where you stand a little bit now.
Yeah, just like I said, man, it's a learning curve for me. I just got to keep learning every week, man. We got great guys in our room with D-Hop and C. Kirk and Moore, Rondell. For me, man, just keep working, make the plays when my number's called, and keep this thing rolling.
Did you think Prater was going to kick that 67 yards right through, or
Yeah, I thought so. I think we all thought that's why we put him out there. So things happen like that. Like I said, it's the NFL, man. It's a roller coaster ride.
How do you help guys, or how do you get past that absence of momentum swing at the end of a half? Was it a big topic at halftime?
No, we know what we're capable of. Nobody pointed any fingers at halftime. We just had to go out there and play our game. I think that shows you the leadership that we have on this team. No guys ever flinched. You know, we just made the plays whenever we needed, whatever our numbers were called. So.
AJ, the Jags have a lot of young DBs. Just based on your experience today and for all this time in the league, how close are they to sort of getting it? What does that timetable look like?
I think they got a great young core. I think number 2, man, he's a special player. They got Miles Jack, and I think another corner was out. Henderson was out, so I think 2 is the leader of that defense, that secondary. I think he's a great player. I think he's going to elevate the game, and once they get some more experience, I think they got a great young core.
How nice was it to see you guys run the ball in the second half and just kind of take control that way?
Oh, it felt good. All about winning games is all about keeping the balance, and that's what we did. We made adjustments.
AJ, do you think you guys are a little bit better than how you've shown on the field? Maybe the first half today and then last week going back and forth with the Vikings?
Man, we're 3-0. That's all that matters, man. We can clean up those stuff with whatever we're doing. We keep winning, keep putting this thing together, man. Sky's the limit for us.
Kind of was talking about that last week where there were mistakes, so many mistakes needed to be cleaned up, and he's kind of upset about it. As an older guy who's been in the league a while, do you sometimes have to say, winning's good. Sometimes we got to be a little happy.
Yeah, but that's kind of, we hold ourselves to a high standard, and that's how we practice every week. So when things not going our way, we're like, what's going on? Why are we not doing this? Why we're just missing on little things. So, but it's also great just to clean it up when you're winning. It makes everything easier. So.